If it really wasn't for ceasefire, I probably wouldn't be here by now.
It's not even looked at as violence where I come from. It's the way of life.
You up a knife, I'll whoop you with a bat. You up a bat, I'll shoot you with a gun. That was normal.
This is not normal.
You have to be upset every day a shot is fired or a person is killed.
What the word epidemic means is that it is at a rate higher than it should be. So, how much violence should there be?
Yeah, he's totally different. Since I met him 4 years ago up to now, a total different change. I mean, he was involved in some street activity.
Ceasefire is a new intervention for reducing violence. Our different view of violent behavior is that it's just a behavior, and it's formed by learning. You look at just about any behavior, you're not being driven by a world full of punishment. You're really being driven by a world full of expectations. So our approach then is to do some unlearning to change the balance of the social pressures. But it's principally about changing thinking.
I'll probably be still standing on the corner with the rest of the boys that's standing out there now.
And I met Derek, he was involved in some activities. I looked down on his leg, because it was in the summer and he had a house arrest ban on. And I said, "You on house arrest?" He said, "Yeah." I said, I said, "You know you're on your way back to jail?" He was like, "No, I'm cool, I ain't doing nothing." And I went on upstairs, right? But I did give him an invitation. I said, "Anytime you need to talk to me, knock on my door." He didn't knock on the door that day.
When I first met him, I was like, "What did he want with me?" I was like, "I don't know." From scratch, he was like, "You know, you're supposed to be out here." He was like, "Keep you from coming outside, because you know if the police see you, they gonna take you back to jail."
A couple days passed, and he came up and he talked to me, and he explained his story to me. And we began to bond, you know what I mean? A relationship began to grow out of it.
And ever since then, man, he's like a godfather to me. He's like my goddaddy.
I introduced Derek to the outreach workers over on Pulaski, right? And they took him in, and they worked with him. He began to follow up and start doing some stuff, doing some things for himself, right? And I admire him for that.
We have people who are credible to those in the neighborhood.
Everybody looks up to me as a mother figure, a sister figure, and it's a line of trust.
And so if this person is mad because he looked at my girl, this guy can intervene and say, "Wait a second, that's no reason to do anything like this."
One of my guys got shot. He was in the hospital, he was in critical condition, and actually I had his father help me. And his father came out to the lobby and told them, "Guys, you know, this is not what I want you to do."
You need an on-the-spot alternative. The on-the-spot alternative in this is the outreach worker. Their job is to stop shootings, period.
He kind of got beat up, he ran inside the school. That's when they called me. I went over there, I spoke to him, and you know, they made it aware to me that the individuals were still outside. I went out and spoke to them, which they were waiting for him, and they had, you know, weapons, and they were like, "Man, you know, you're right. We just tell them to leave. We don't want no, you know, we just don't want them over here." I'm like, "All right."
Now they're selected then for their Rolodex, as it were, of who they know.
We might be able to reach out to, like, this interrupter he has a hold on certain groups, but there's this other group that's causing, you know, problems over there. He really can't reach out to them. Maybe one of us, someone else from another area has ties with that group. So it's kind of like networking.
When someone see 5 or 6 guys that used to be in different gangs walking down the street with ceasefire jackets on, and they know all of us, and they say all of them used to fight against each other. We explain to them change is possible.
Look at me, you know, when I came home, there's nothing you could have told certain individuals that are personnel in the Illinois Department of Correction to make them believe that I wouldn't have came home being a very active gang member, you know, and Ceasefire invested in my human capital, and now I'm graduating from the University of Chicago and also the director of an employment assistance program.
I worked for Ceasefire for 4 years, and I started a business about 4 years ago. Got tired of taking my clients, high-risk clients, to job interviews and having them turn down, and for them not to be hired. I trust these guys. I observe them, and I look at them, and I say, okay, they're high risk, but I'm gonna put them together. I'm me supervising them, and they work together fine, and I lead them by example.
Corporations need to be involved because they serve clients. Their clients are the people in the neighborhoods.
A corporation that really is active with what's going on in the community and investing in the community members are going to be highly motivated to perform for that corporation.
When a corporate president commits and says, our company is on board, we're going to support this organization financially. When they come out and say something like that, everyone listens.
To give money is a great thing. It offers them a true opportunity to live an alternative life.
And so instead of the arrest outcome, you have a person on a positive track outcome. And instead of the hospital shooting and the other person going into the criminal justice system, you see this tremendous savings.
Corporations make money, and they don't want to lose money. So if you help strengthen a community, and if you help uplift the standard of living of the environment around you, that only puts that corporation in a good light.
We're always looking for someone else to do it. You know, who's going to come in and do it? You know, don't we want the police to do it? Don't we want the project to do it? And that just isn't the way it's going to work with this particular issue. The solution really is all of us.
Ceasefire is an organization that has helped the youth and that has helped the elderly and that has helped us in a certain way that no other organization has.
I was telling my story about losing my brothers. Dr. Slocum, he hugged me and he told me, "Great job, Carl. Your brothers would be proud of you." So.
It gave me an opportunity to show who I am.
It gives hope.